From verse 49 to 57, the Guru satisfactorily resolves the disciples' doubts using profound arguments containing logic and example. Can you give me two examples of examples? One is Jay Masine Myan, then Param Buddhi Kukrusha Dema, Sthula De Mati Al. So, in such simple words, few and simple words, so much logic, so much analogy, examples, wonderful style. Finally, expressing something astonishing that will lead the disciple into deep contemplation. The Guru says,
आत्मानि शंका करे आत्मा पोते शंकानो करनार ते अचरज एह अमा.
Climax. Atmani Shanka Kare, the one which expresses the doubt of the soul. The entity who is actually doubting the existence of the soul. Atmani Shanka Kare Kon? Atma pote aap. Am I existing? What will you say? Very strange. Beyond measure, it's a matter of surprise. Only a person who is existing can ask, am I existing? So with the doubt, you are actually proving you are existing. I said it, I finished actually. So you can leave whenever you want. I finished. You understood it basically. Atmani Shanka Kare, the one which expresses doubt of the soul. Atma pote aap is the soul itself. Shankano karnarte, soul is the self-doubter. Self-karinago. Soul is the soul doubter. The soul is the doubter of the soul. Acharaj. Matter of surprise. Ascharyanartham. Acharaj. Acharaj. Kevu acharaj? Beyond measure. It's not in the purview of my intelligence, Param Kupav Dev is saying. Cannot be measured. How strange it is, how surprising it is, how ironic it is. How funny it is. How foolish it is. You are doubting your own self. So, Acharaj means Ascharya, matter of surprise. A here. This Ascharya kevu chhe? A map. Map means to measure, which is measurable rather. A map, you can't measure it. Immeasurable, cannot be measured. Beyond measure. Short meaning. The existence of the soul is doubted by the soul itself. It is a matter of immeasurable surprise. That the soul doubts the existence of itself. It is a matter of surprise beyond measure that the soul is the doubter of itself. It seems the Guru enters the field of logical supposition and says, hey seeker, hey Shiv, hey seeker, you are a soul creating a doubt and questioning its very existence. Guru is actually, you can visualize the Guru laughing at the disciples' folly, his foolishness. Eyes see the world, but eyes cannot see the eyes. It means itself. Eyes see the world, but eyes cannot see itself. Teeth can bite other objects, but it cannot bite itself. Does it mean the eyes and the teeth wonder about their respective capacities? Are they doubting their respective capacities? You are, that's why. You are doubting your existence. Eyes don't. Of course, they are unconscious, that is another thing. Eyes don't, teeth don't, though they cannot bite itself, still they don't question their capacities, they don't wonder about it. Neither the teeth nor the eyes. Param Kripadev beautifully wants to explain, beyond the prying eyes is the invisible. That even the owner is not aware of its presence. Behind the prying eyes, means the curious eyes, is the invisible soul. Even the owner is not aware of its presence. Very funny. So after presenting his doubts, we saw one by one in 45, 46, 47, he presented his doubts, and in 48, he's saying, the disciple is saying, there is no reason for me to believe in the existence of the soul because of the arguments I put forth. There is no reason for me to believe, I don't want Mithya Moksha Upaya right now. There is no reason for me to believe in the existence of soul. It cannot be seen, it cannot be known, like pot and cloth, and it's just another word for body, breath, senses and breath. There is no reason for me, and even you all would use these words, or your friends use this word, there is no reason to believe there is existence of the soul. I can understand the whole mechanism as the activity of brain. There is no reason. We'll discuss. I've given you some days. Ponder and contemplate over these verses. When you are ready, we'll start discussing and I'll try to answer your doubts. I don't have that super intelligence like Param Kripadev, but some experience of what he has graced me with. Some. But I tell you one thing, even if I lose the debate, still I'll believe in the soul. If I can't answer you because something So after presenting the doubts, because to solve your questions very beautifully, I need a thorough knowledge of science and spirituality. Only spiritual experience, I say કે ભાઈ તમને જે માનવું હોય તે તમે માનો, પણ મને જે જણાય છે તે જણાય છે. But if I have a thorough knowledge of science, I'll be able to explain every processes perfectly. So I'm not a science student. I told you, I'm the art student. With little bit knowledge of my school days science. So I'll try to resolve your doubts, if any. But you need to first reflect deeply on the verses. I don't want you to ask something which I've already explained in the verse itself. But something which is not solved, because I've not spoken anything about the brain activity. So there will be questions regarding brain activity. So the Shishya puts forth all the arguments and says, there is no reason for me to believe in the soul. And Guru successfully countered his arguments from verse 49 to say 57. We are on 58 right now. So till 57, and that too while taking into consideration all the points underlying his arguments one by one, and convincingly he answers the doubts regarding the existence of the soul. And that too in a very, very simple and easy to understand language. Maybe you are so dumb that you found this also difficult, though that is your dumbness. But because you have never thought in that direction, these words, known, knower, subject and object of knowledge, all this, you didn't even think in that direction. So it might be difficult, but now when you go through your notes and all, you won't find it so difficult. So imagine the awesome ability, which I said in the beginning, of Param Kupadev in explaining the abstract nature of the soul. એક તો soul visible ના હોય અને એ soulનું nature, abstract nature of the soul, and that too in simple language. That is an awesome ability. So finally, by way of climax, some people are really wonderful in expounding their point. They will take the crowd to the climax in the end. And thriller. Ekdam suddenly, some people have an habit that the ending should be Ane tethi amche. That way they end the speech or anything. The last part of the speech you can actually yawn and do whatsoever because there's nothing going to come. But Param Kripalu had a wonderful style. You were so much like, in a thinking mode. And finally, in the last, he makes you doubt your doubts. Chakkar. So this is a sign of a wonderful speaker. The last word, the last line is so striking. So the last part of the whole debate, discussion, dialogue, whatever you say, is the climax. Means after that you just want to laugh and shut your books. You just want to laugh because he makes you doubt your doubts. Was I very foolish to ask why it cannot be, why Atma cannot be seen, soul cannot be seen with the eyes? Was I very stupid? So many things I believe which is not seen by me or with my eyes, that I didn't question. So finally it takes you to the climax. કેટલાક લોકો એકદમ એન્ટી ક્લાઇમેક્સ ની એન્ડ કરે. It makes us wonder what did he want to say? So it's a wonderful style of a really, really intelligent expounder. So he says, Shiv, you doubt the existence of soul, right? You doubt the existence of soul. Have you ever considered who is actually doubting? You doubt the soul. Have you ever considered who is doubting? Your brain is doubting, you mean? Who is actually doubting? When you say or think, I have a doubt. So Param Kripalu Dev is saying, you are focusing more on the doubt. I am telling you to focus on I. Who is that I who is doubting whatever he wants to doubt? So see, everywhere we are focused on the known and not the knower. So you are focusing, I have 6 doubts regarding the existence of soul, the eternity, then the doership, and then what do we want today? Bhokta. So let's keep Bhokta today. Of liberation, doubts regarding the path and means of liberation. But he says, forget what you are doubting. Who is doubting? Who is that I have a doubt? First tell me, Shiv, who is that I who is doubting the existence of the soul? But who is that I? I'm not asking you. You don't need anything. I'm just telling you to consider. I didn't say answer. I use the word consider. Think. Who is doubting? Who is that I have a doubt? See how he's changing our focus. Already we are finding a difference in our thinking by changing the focus from this, the direction is being changed, and so subtly we don't want to change. We want to fight back. But slowly it makes us, who is thinking? So actually he's asking, doubting and thinking is the property of a conscious entity. It's all activities of consciousness, thinking, doubting, right? Jad or matter over here, material, substance, or say very specific body, does not possess this consciousness. If it did, even the dead body would have. So the body is not possessing consciousness, and doubting and thinking, etc. So here we need only doubting. Doubting is the activity of a conscious entity. So doubt presupposes the existence of a doubter. Means the one who is doubting is there because there is a doubt. If there is knowing, there is a knower. If there is a doubting, there is a doubter. And doubting is the activity of a conscious entity. So your doubter is what? A conscious substance. And your body is what? Ask any medical students. Is a conscious substance or material substance? Material, solid, liquid, gas, you can divide the whole body. Body constitutes of matter, and matter in three forms, solid, liquid, gas. So when on the occurrence of death and when you burn the body, the mitti mixes into the mitti. The solid part becomes the mitti. Mitti mein mil jana, mitti mein mil jana. The liquid and all gets dried up in the fire, and the gaseous part of the body merges with the gases in the air. So solid, liquid, gas, and therefore nothing remains when the body is burned. Just one matka of ashes and haddi, asti, whatever. And that too, pani manakhi do, everything is gone. But everything is left back, the soul itself. Everything which was permanent is permanent. Everything, nothing, not even 2% has been reduced from it. Akho ne akho, atma, jevo ne tevo, atma. So doubting presupposes the doubter, and doubting itself is an evidence of the soul. So when you say, I doubt the existence of soul, you know what you mean? I do not exist. I, the doubter of the soul, don't exist. That's why he had to say, Acharaj, are you fine? What are you speaking? I, the doubter of the soul, do not exist. You doubting the soul, you are doubting your existence. Because only you, the soul, can possess the property of doubting, thinking, feeling, etc. So you exist. You doubt means you exist. So Guru therefore says, by doubting the existence of soul, you have made my job very easy, because you have proved the existence of the soul. By doubting, thank you. By doubting, you have said there is something like knowledge, and there is someone called the possessor of knowledge, and that possessor of knowledge cannot be the body. So it is some conscious entity which, if you want to call it soul, okay, then it is soul. Okay. So in the end, the Guru says, Acharacha eha amap. Have you heard anything more amazing and ironic than I doubt my existence? Something more amazing? That is a wonder, he says, beyond measure. It's so strange, I can't even mapify. I can't even measure. Acharaj kevu che? A map. A map used here, and when he experiences dol, ho vandan aganit. Ho upkar, a map. Upkar kevo che? I can't measure. And so what is your emotion right now? Ho vandan aganit. My vandan is also beyond Ganit, Ganvu, counting, mathematics. This 3 times or 11 times or 140 times, 42 times je Vandan karu is just my limitation of the body. My bhav is to go on doing it without counting. Because your upkar is amap. Here he's saying my ascharya is amap at you doubting your own existence. And you are saying that again, I doubt. You're not saying that I doubt myself, existence of myself. You are using the word soul. I doubt the existence of soul. But actually, you are doubting your own existence. No, actually, you are proving your existence by doubting. So, it's a great wonder that you are accepting the doubt and you are not accepting the doubter. The known and not the knower. The doubt and not the doubt. The French guy, who was that? Descartes, yeah. Descartes. Spelling is Descartes. Descartes. So it's Descartes. So we had studied Descartes for a long time. For at least 6 months we had studied Descartes. So he was the first person, I think he was a French, Descartes. So French. So his philosophy is called Cartesian philosophy. Remove DES from Descartes. So what remains? Cartesian philosophy. He was the first person in Europe to say two substances exist, mind and matter. For soul, he used the word mind. But he said mind is not the product of matter. It's this distinct substance. So he used the word mind and matter. And his mantra was, why I'm saying this, I'll tell you. His mantra was cognito ergo sum. I don't know French, so I'm speaking it. How do they speak? Shraddha must be knowing. એને જ બોલવા દો હું તો આજ બોલીશ બાપા whole life I've spoken this only.
Cogito ergo sum, je pense donc je suis.
I didn't understand anything. So let me speak my way. પછી તમે જોઈ લેજો how it's spoken in French. So cognito ergo sum means I think therefore I am. Now this European philosophy, Bhagavan is using something similar. I doubt therefore I am. I doubt therefore I am. And that fellow maybe in 17th century or before that, I don't recollect. I studied him in May 1989. 88. Sorry, BA में क्या रहे आप? 89. May 1899 when I was in Antwerp. So I had to study this Descartes fellow. And I was a little prejudiced regarding the European philosophers and all because આત્મજ્ઞાન નહીં ને એનું શીખવાનું પાછું. એટલે મને પહેલાથી થોડું પ્રેજુડિસ હતું કે એક તો સમજ પડે નહીં, એ લોકોના વર્ડ્સ આર સો ડિફિકલ્ટ એન્ડ ઓલ. And I was at Upma Ben's house, so પપ્પાની સર્જરી હતી, but I had to give my entrance exam, MNE, and I had this fellow, Descartes. And for 3 months I used to say Descartes. I didn't even know it was Descartes. Because કોઈ tuition teacher હતું નહીં, and I had to give my entrance exam. If I don't give, I can't migrate from Hyderabad to Mumbai University. So, and then suddenly I come across dual substance theory, mind and matter. I said, what does it matter? He's calling the soul the mind. The conscious thing he wants to show, the conscious mind, subconscious mind. So he means consciousness. But he didn't want to use the word soul. So he used the word mind. So what? If we mean the same. So his thing was, I think, therefore I am. And here I doubt, therefore I am. Now you are saying he never went abroad. He never studied English. He started studying English in the school of Rajkot. And for whatever reason he left it. And he said, good, I didn't study English. Whatever. I've spoken about this in Rajkata. So, it is as strange as saying, am I living? The question proves that you are living. Because only a living person can ask, am I living? So, expressing immense surprise at the disciple who harbored the doubt of the existence of the soul, the Guru sweetly taunts. See, taunting can also be done sweetly. Acharaj, you are very stupid and foolish. That's what he wants to say, right? So we call it sweetly taunting, sweetly taunts, and makes the disciple doubt about the very doubts he had. So, bringing about a doubtless conviction regarding the soul, and we'll see much more regarding the soul in the next pad, in the next yagna. Let's sing this verse and then we end this yagna.
आत्मानि शंका करे आत्मा पोते शंकानो करनार ते अचरज